اللي بتأثر تنورة ليه بتأثر تنورة تلحقها عيون الشباب.
Why did you decide to start Zbodcast?
The podcast was kind of pushed onto me in a way. And I never do things because other people tell me to, but many people, different people from different walks of life always said that my personality, my temperament, my attitude needed to be in the public sphere in some respect. And only about 6 months ago, I was a private figure on Instagram. I only let certain people follow me because I believe that certain things in life you keep private. And I show a lot of my family and my personal life, my intimate details, with my social media inner circle. And then about 6 months ago, give or take, when I started the podcast, I had to become a public profile and obviously to have the commercial success of the pod. So I started it kind of because a lot of people said you need to your style needs to be out there, and I figured with a podcast you have some production, some editing, and I could basically turn this social media kind of following that I have and this lifestyle that I project into something bigger and more modified and more polished, I would say. And it's honestly been the best thing I ever did. It's given me a platform to showcase myself, my talents, and also the variety of guests we've had in 20 episodes, season 1, this being the finale. I've sat and talked with everyone from famous singers to my grandmother to my best friends to models to everyone in between. And the feedback that I've gotten from people has been unbelievable. And it's one of the best things I ever did. I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can do it. I have the best production crew in the world. They're like family to me now. And I just can't believe where it's gone in literally 20 episodes, so let's say 20 to 25 weeks, give or take. And I'm so happy I started it, and I can't wait to see what the future of Zbodcast holds.
Do you think you're a good host?
I think I'm out there. I think I'm maybe I ramble on too much. Maybe sometimes I talk more than my guests. That's kind of why I wanted to do this episode, because I don't want to have anyone else take the shine away from me. I'm arrogant, I'm ignorant, I'm all those things, but I believe I am a good host, and I believe it goes back to when people ask me what kind of podcast do you want to have, and I said I don't want it to be niche. I want it to be lifestyle, because I do live a very broad lifestyle with all kinds of people in my life that really, really kind of direct my life. So I believe I am a good host. Sometimes I ramble on, sometimes I drink too much, sometimes I smoke too much. But I believe that the aura and the environment that I create with Zbodcast as a host, I think it's something different. It's something that you don't see every day. And I think my guests enjoy it. And a lot of people are scared to come on. But when they come on, they finally do it. They realize how, how special being in this environment is, and editing and cutting and putting it out there in the sphere in the world. I believe I am a good host. Some people will say otherwise. But I do believe I am a good podcast host. And I've gotten a lot better from day 1, episode 1 to now. I feel like I'm a totally different host, much better, much more polished host.
Do you consider yourself a celebrity or public figure?
I do not. And I actually, contrary to what you might see or hear, I value anonymity a lot. I can only imagine what the biggest celebrities in the world, the Ronaldos, the Messis, the George Clooney's, what they feel when they walk out onto the street, if they even can walk out onto the street. And I love anonymity. I love being able to just take a walk with my friends, my family, my girlfriend, whoever, and not be recognized or stopped. Shout out Sacco D, who you can't literally walk down. He's a promoter, club owner, hospitality. You can't walk down the street with him, and I don't know, you call him a celebrity, maybe yes, maybe no. I'm starting to feel that. I'm starting to get that feeling. Last couple nights I've been out in the city, and people want to take selfies with me, and people want to, and this is true. I'm not being arrogant. This is, are you Christo from Zbodcast? Yes, I am. Can I take a picture? Absolutely. And that's, it's humbling, because it shows how far we've come with Zbodcast. But I do not feel like I'm a celebrity per se now, but I do feel like I've gotten more out there in the public, and I'm starting to become okay with it. I'm still, a lot of people still say I'm very different, in real life than I am on social media, than I am on the podcast. So I actually love people's reactions when I meet them for the first time. and they realize how kind of down to earth I am, and I'm not this crazy, loud, whatever. I am. Some people say I'm crazier. Shout out Naya. But I don't believe I'm a celebrity per se, at least not yet. Maybe when the pod extremely blows up, I'll get that status. But I don't really strive for it. I don't really care to have it. And if it happens, great. I just care that the people that know me know who the real me is and value and cherish me.
People often see you as this larger-than-life character. Who are you deep down?
I'm a family man. I'm a family man. Family, friends. I love to live. I love to enjoy life, but I could enjoy it with my dad over a glass of whiskey. I can enjoy it with my friends over a bottle of tequila. I can enjoy it in the club. I can enjoy it at church, on a vacation, wherever. Doesn't matter to me where I am. It matters to me more who I'm with. So deep down, I'm a family man. I'm a friend guy, and it doesn't matter to me. I don't need to go out and spend tons of money. I don't need to go on these crazy trips. For me, deep down, who I am is someone who's honest, who's real. Those are the things I value. I love good energy. I need good energy around me. I cannot have people that evil eye me. And I know who you are right away. So if you're around me and I feel that, see you later. You'll know that you can't be around, whether it's soon or maybe not right away. You'll feel that I don't want you around by the way I act towards you. And I'm not rude. I learned a long time ago it takes more energy to try to avoid someone or try to cause a confrontation with someone than it does to just walk away or live your life as though it's just you in it, not people around you. So deep down, I'm just a good guy, and I want everyone around me to be the same way. If we all took care of ourselves, the world would be a better place.
Who is him?
We should poll the world to find out who him really is. Some people hate it. Some people hate it. Some people love it. I'll be walking down the streets of Toronto and I'll hear him and I'll turn and people will grab me and we'll laugh. We'll go in, take a drink somewhere. Him kind of, I do a lot of these things on social media, these like little kind of niche-y things. And him kind of is a broader, bigger personality, a way for me to kind of connect with people on a different level. Himothy, him or he. These things that I do, they make people laugh. They make people feel kind of part of my kind of inner circle. A lot of people literally now will call me him in the streets, in the club. Him, signs will come out. Him, happy birthday, him week, him. So it's become kind of another way to market myself, Christo. And it's not about being different, be the same person, this and that. I am the same person. I don't switch on and off. I'm the same person in the morning, the evening, the night. We all go through things where we feel happier, we feel sad. That's natural. Him is, it's a way for people to kind of connect with me. It's easier to say than Christo. It's one syllable. Him, Christo. It's easier. So I definitely am not the best person in the world, nor do I think I'm the worst. I'm just him. And if you call me him, or you call me Chris, or Christo, or Christopher, or jackass, or asshole, or whatever, I'll answer you the same way, no matter what you call me. But him's been he's had a good run. I think we started him around my birthday this year in April, and we're now in August. We're in August, and it's going. I thought it was gonna be a 1 month thing, but it's just continued, and I'm just happy with it. And call me whatever you want, but I love him. He's a persona, and I'm really happy with what I've done with him.
What values do you cherish most?
Loyalty and respect. Loyalty and respect. If a person carries these two values, these two intangibles with them, they can't do bad to people and they can't have bad happen to them. Loyalty in the sense that, if you're in a relationship, don't cheat on that person. If you're in a friendship, don't screw them over. If you're with your family, keep it 100 always. Same thing with respect. It's just, if you're in a room and there's an older person standing and you're sitting and you're younger and you have the ability to help that person or respectfully offer your seat, do it. Keep the respect 100. If someone wants to be called Mister, they're older than you, offer them this, take care of them, walk them to the car, give them the parking spot. All these little things are intangibles that if you respect people in life, you'll get it back 100%, right? So just be loyal, be respectful. Sharaf and karami in Arabic, it's what we say. We harp on it a lot. but it's truly the best way to live if you are just loyal and honest and respect people. Honesty, another one, goes without saying. Um, it's the values and the intangibles that I value the most. And if you look at my inner circle and even my close family, those are the things that we pride ourselves the most on. So for me, it's loyalty and respect, honesty, integrity, all those kind of bundled into one. That is really what matters the most in life for me.
What kind of circle do you have, and what type of people are in your circle?
Shout out my whole circle, my whole circle. What a beautiful group of people. Vast, wide, old, young, dark, white, black, Asian, you name it, Arabic, of course. A wide circle that's gotten wider, it's gotten bigger, it's gotten better in the last, I would say, 3 to 5 years. You know, just being in Toronto, being this somewhat public figure or mini celebrity, you just meet so many good people. And for the most part, people have good intentions, good morals, good ethics. So you just connect with people, some more than others. And of course, my inner circle, my two brothers, Nick and Anthony. Congrats, by the way, on your beautiful new baby. Boys, I'm an uncle. Uncle Hem is here. One might make a special guest appearance here soon, baby Christian. But yeah, my inner circle is my immediate family, mom, dad, brothers. God rest my grandparents, everyone but my grandmother Marlene still living. My aunts, my uncles, my immediate cousins. That's my inner circle, my friends. You all know who you are from 5, 10, 15 years. And my newer friends, but my really deep inner circle are people that have been with me for multiple years. And we just have history. We have history. We have a lot of history. We've been through good, bad, and otherwise. And it's a circle that I don't want to get any bigger in the sense that my inner circle is a group of people that I can, at any point of the day, any time of the day, in any circumstance, call them and they're there. Call them and they're there. And those are the people that I don't want to really let people in, and I definitely don't want them to leave, and I don't think they will. So my inner immediate circle are a certain group of people that I'll trust with my life, and I'll do the same for them. Whenever they need something or whenever they need me, I'll be there for them like this as much as I can. So my inner circle is my inner circle. You all know who you are, and I love you guys, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Describe your love life and past relationships.
All right. Okay. Love. I love hard. I love deep. So when I'm in a relationship, that person is, it gets treated like absolute gold for me. I like to live my life a certain way, and a lot of things when I'm not in a relationship, I do them on my own. And whoever's around or in the vicinity who wants to experience that lifestyle, whether it's going out, going on vacations, whatever the case may be. But when I have a significant other and I experience things with them, I don't really do things for my significant other. I do things for myself. And if I have a significant other, goes without saying, have them join in on that lifestyle and on that experience. And sometimes I do things for her. Again, her, him, a lot of girls, who's her? Her is a concept until there's one in the end. And relationships are tough. They're tricky. You have to give a little bit. You have to take a little bit. By no means have I had the perfect relationships yet, or else I'd be married with 10 kids already. But in terms of actual true relationships, I love hard. I take care of the women that have always been my girlfriend or my significant other. And, you know, in some cases, they give it back to you, and it's a beautiful relationship for however long it is, and then you just slowly drift apart, or you grow apart, and you realize that it's not going to be something you want in the long term, and you just part ways. And sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's long, but I feel like love at first sight is a real thing. And when you meet the one, per se, and I've seen it with my brothers who are now married and now have, you know, they're starting their families, it was from the jump. When they met their wives, it was, okay, this is the one. Yeah, we gotta water it. We gotta you know, plant the seed and water it and see where it goes. But they really they knew right away. And I feel like, you know, I've loved a lot of my significant others. I've told them I love them. I love easy. I love hard. And then it just doesn't work. And so far, it hasn't worked specifically in terms of long term. But eventually, I know when I'm ready, because I have not been ready yet. I'm just being honest. I've lived a very fast lifestyle. I'm still on the up with my career, with my podcast, with everything. I'm still on the way up, the trajectory up. Maybe not so conducive to a relationship, a long-term serious one. But now, as I kind of see my family navigating to a different kind of stage, a different level, I definitely want to, maybe slow down a bit and find that one that's going to carry me into marriage and be the mother of my children, et cetera, and so on and so forth. So I've done, without, being too much of an asshole, I've done everything that needs to be done in terms of relationships and love. And I eventually will find the right girl. And I'm not actively looking for her, but I believe God will put her right in front of me if and when he wants me to go to the next stage in life. And if and when she comes, I'll be ready, and we'll get married. We'll have 14 beautiful children, 7 guys, 7 girls. That's what I want out of you. I'm just kidding. 6 is good. 4, 6, whatever God gives us, we'll take. But yeah, love is hard. So just navigate it well and try to be happy. And heartbreak sucks, but it always time heals all wounds. And for all my men out there, you'll be okay. For all my women out there, you'll be okay. And eventually, you'll get where you really want to be. That's what I believe.
What does money mean to you?
Money's a vehicle. 2023, money kind of runs the world from the top all the way to the bottom. If you have money, you have a certain status. You have the ability to do certain things that people that don't have money cannot. So, money's a vehicle. It's not the be-all, end-all, by no means, because no matter who you are, someone has more money than you and someone has less money than you. And that's why you can't have money be the factor, the deciding factor in your life. That's why other things matter more than money in life, right? If I gave you $1 billion and stage 4 cancer, would you take it? No, you wouldn't. So health is a big deal. Health is everything, right? Living. You have 50, 60, 70, 100 years, however many you have. That's probably the most important thing in life. Money is important because money gives you structure. You have to work for money, right? You don't just wake up and have money, unless you're a trust fund baby or whatever. But even if you did, someone down up the line had to work for that money. So money is a vehicle, and it gives you the structure to work. To have money, you have to work for it. And that gives you work ethic, that gives you principles, that gives you stability. That's what money is. Money is to be able to spend $300 on a bottle of Blue Label is great. But to work for that $300 and to enjoy that Blue Label is more what money's about. It's a vehicle to get you to be the kind of person that you need to be. That's what money is. It's not money doesn't matter. I don't care if I drink blue or black or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It's what did I do to deserve this blue? I finished season 1 of the podcast. I have 2 beautiful nephews. I'm going on a beautiful trip around the world right now. I've had a great month in my business. So I'm enjoying by celebrating this beautiful bottle, right? But it doesn't matter to me. Blue, black, that money does not matter per se. It's just what are you doing to make that next dollar? Why does money matter to you, right? Whether you make $80,000 a year, $800,000 a year, are you happy, right? If you're happy in what you do, you never work a day in your life. My father always told me that. So for me, I love what I do, and that therefore I have enough money to live a beautiful life. And some people say I live too good of a life, but I live the life that I built for myself. So I love money. I love to spend it. I love to have it. I'm a gambler at heart. I'm literally sitting at a poker table with poker chips, with a hand. Let me see my hand. It's not that good. Might have to fold. But money is, it's great to have and it's great to work for, but it's not everything. So just value and cherish the intangibles, the things that money can't buy in life, and I think you'll be okay off of that.
You have to hold him though, right?
With the neck. I know. We're not going to be long.
Lower. His butt.
I got it. Bring him low. Bring him low.
Yeah.
Bring him low, yeah.
Chris, you gotta get his.
I got it. Let me get his neck. No.
Or you just put him in your arms. But yeah, you get him like that.
So this, everybody, is the newest addition to the Safi family. The second newest addition, baby Dominic being the first. And this guy actually messed up our audio on the pod a little bit, so we thought we'd bring him in for a little guest appearance. This is baby Christian Safi, the first version, I guess you could say. He's named after me, not. His mother would argue differently. But this is baby Christian. He is 6 days old now. And I met him for 10 seconds right before I had to fly to see baby Dominic last week. So this is my first kind of day formally meeting him. I think he loves Uncle Chris, his namesake. And so don't, when you hear the audio and you hear him crying, you know that we got him. Look at him. Look at him. He's yawning. You're not a fan of the pod, eh? This is your first episode, Ammo. You're going to be on a couple more in the future. Don't worry. Don't cry yet. All right, that's time. Okay. Thank you. Watch his neck. Watch his neck.
How did you make your first dollar?
Great question. I've actually never had a job. Job means just over broke or just obey a boss. That's what a job means. That's really cocky and arrogant to say. But never had a job, always been an entrepreneur at heart. My father was an entrepreneur, came to Canada with nothing and sold vacuums door to door and built everything that you see today in terms of our life and our lifestyle. Shout out, Dad, love you. But instilled in me that entrepreneurial spirit. So from a young age, I was building businesses, making money, spending it, living a great lifestyle. And I just have the personality and the attitude to never be able to answer to someone. You know, I answer to God and my father, and God was so my grandfather and a couple other people, Jeffrey, of course. But I don't adhere to rules and boss as well. I went to a private school, had great grades, but didn't like the lifestyle because I don't like people telling me what to do. It was a boarding school as well. So when it comes to money, I always wanted to make it. When I wake up, I'm on the clock. And when I go to bed, my business, not that it stops, but I like to wake up and have everything be on my shoulders. So I made my first dollar with a sports betting business. And that's kind of the company that has carried me into all my other businesses. It's always how I created my cash flow. And it's allowed me to start everything from Zbodcast to some real estate investments and everything in between. And the first dollar, the first million, I guess you could say, is always the hardest, and it was the hardest. And by no means am I a very good money manager, or fiscal responsibility is definitely not in my resume. But I like to spend money, and I like to spend it a lot because it makes me work harder for the next dollar and the next dollar and the next dollar. So I built a business basically from the ground up in the consulting side of sports betting. And it basically carried me into all these other kind of assets and business kind of deals. And now in 2023, the reality is you can make money anyway. So you just have to find your niche, find your calling, and go get it. There's no excuses.
Are you fiscally responsible?
You could look at my receipt from Mademoiselle last night. You'll know I'm not fiscally responsible. But at the same time, there's a good meaning behind it. There's a good reasoning behind it. Maybe I can spend a little bit less. Maybe I can buy less Dior and less Rolex and less Cartier and less all this stuff. But I believe it's a statement of success. And I believe it makes you work harder and it makes you feel good. I cannot stand people that work their ass off and don't enjoy their life. And again, it doesn't mean you have to spend a certain amount of money, but you know, to do certain things in life, you want to take a trip, costs you money. You want to go out to the club and buy a special bottle, and have the sign come out in your name, costs you money. So it gives you that work ethic to grind and to go hustle and to continue to, you know, the blue label's not enough, give me the special blue label. Give me the special blue label with the name, the custom. It just keeps you wanting to hustle and grind. If you're content, you know, some people are built. They're not entrepreneurs. They're employees. Some people want to go 9 to 5, clock out, done, go back in the office the next day. That's how some people are. I wasn't raised that way, and I'm not that kind of person. I like limitless. And I like to believe that there's never a ceiling. There's always a sky, and it just keeps going all the way up. So I just like to work hard. I like to play harder, and it's kind of how I live my life. And I think when people look at my lifestyle from the outside, looking in, I think they see a guy who enjoys his life. They don't know how much I work and how hard I work, but I don't really broadcast that because that's more inside. It's, you know, people, they don't care to see how hard you work because it doesn't really get their juices flowing. They want to see the lifestyle and the grandiose things in life. So that's why I show them that. But there's hustle, there's heart behind it. I don't take a dollar from anybody. I don't, you know, have an allowance. I don't get money from my parents or other people. I just, I hustle and I grind, and I love it. I love being in control of my destiny in my life.
What has been your toughest moment in your life so far?
I still been 5 years since my grandfather passed. And I still get emotional when I talk about it. When he died, I put a bottle of whiskey. His corner at our bar used to be right there. And I filled it. He used to come sit there, drink with us. And the day after he died, I put the bottle there and I put the glass there. And a month later, the whiskey was gone. And I Googled it, because whiskey doesn't evaporate that fast. And his passing was hands down the toughest day of my life. Because it was so sudden. I literally saw him Friday afternoon, and Friday night he passed away, massive heart attack. So when he died, massive hole in my heart, my life. He was my everything. I saw him every day. He's made multiple appearances in many of my podcasts. No amount of money that I've lost, and I've lost a lot in days and trips and all this, and nothing could ever compare to that loss. That was hands down March 10, 2018. It was the toughest day of my life to date. But looking at it in a positive light, that day made all the tough days in life a lot easier. Because you go through life and you think, well, if I could literally lose a guy that I relied on so much. My father is my father. He's not my friend, he's my father. And I love my dad unconditionally, he's my guy. But, your dad gives you tough love, and he'll pull your ear, and he'll tell you what you're doing wrong more than what you're doing right, because he wants to guide and mold you. But your grandfather he's your guy. He just always wants to sit and talk to you and help you and drink with you, and he was in so many ways, I could say it, he just was a great person. He helped everybody, did everything on his own, lost everything many times, worked his way off, worked his ass back to get it all back. And as you see, still 5 years later, I get emotional, because all these things happen in life. Your brother's weddings, your brother's kids, these milestone achievements in life, my own success, eventually my own marriage and my own children. And you think about wanting him to be there and see that.
Do you bounce back easily?
As you can see, I do. And I apologize for getting emotional, but very few things get me emotional. He's one of those guys. I do. That was probably the hardest bounce back I ever had to have. But I do. I have a very short-term memory. You can't really change the bad things that have happened in life. So you got to just take it, process it, try to figure out how to make sure it doesn't happen again. But you can't live with regrets in life, and you can't really harp on what's happened. It's happened. Figure out how to change it, learn from it, and move on. And I think I do a pretty good job of that. So, yeah, I bounce back easily.
What has been your happiest moment in your life so far?
There's been a couple. It's a tough question to answer with just one. There's been a couple. When I bought my condo, my first property, that was one of my happiest moments. Did it all on my own. Couldn't even get a mortgage from the bank based on my business and my age and everything. Couldn't get a co-signer. So I had to come up with all the money on my own. I did that, and that was probably the happiest moment in my life. My brother's getting married, my brother's having kids. All these kind of milestone moments are beautiful moments in my life. But speaking personally, up to this date, it was accomplishing that and doing that on my own. I know it was probably my dad's happiest moment. My family's had my jiddu, my grandparents, everyone kind of validated me as a person, right? And I know I'll have a lot, when my kid's born and I get married and I meet the woman of my dreams, those are all going to probably trump all that. But up to this day and age, at 30 years old, having that asset, having that property was one of the best things I ever did, and one of the most proud moments I've had in my life, for sure.
Do you ever have a down day, and what do you do to get through it?
100%. Alcohol helps. Let's just be honest. Get a little liquid in you and put some music on and kind of, sleep the pain away sometimes. Yeah, a lot of down days. A lot of down days, down hours, down sessions. I never like to go to bed angry. That's probably the toughest thing to do is to go to bed angry. But a lot of down days, a lot of down. Again, people don't see that because social media is now skewed, and you only see certain things on social media nowadays. Our world is if I go here and I post it, people think that's all I did in that day. But there's a lot of times in and around that day where tough calls, tough work calls, tough personal calls. Your girl's not happy. Your business sucks, and you had a bad day at work. And I experienced that. Actually, the most likes I've ever had on an Instagram story was when I posted that if you're going through mental health, we all go through it. I go through it, and it kind of shows you how sensitive people are and how tough life is for some people. And sometimes I really get a lot of good messages on my Instagram from people that say, "You lift me up when I'm having a bad day. You make me laugh. You make me happy. You're the way you work with your family and your friends and the way you live your life. It's almost like an outlet for me. So keep doing it. Never stop." That's powerful, right? But it's also good to show people that even him, Christo, a guy who lives a very fun, fast life, has his down moments, and we get through them. We all get through them. Trust me. The sun always comes out, no matter how cloudy it is on any day. The sun always comes out. It'll eventually come out. So battle through it, work through it, because there's a light at the end of the tunnel, always.
Do you want to settle down, find a wife, raise a family?
100%. 100%. I don't think I've been ready up until now. When you're an entrepreneur and you're building your business and you have to take time for yourself to focus on your career goals and in between that, it's okay to have relationships and to have conquests and whatever, but eventually you want that woman that's gonna love you unconditionally, be loyal to you, raise your family, raise your kids. We all want that, no matter what anyone says. If you're the biggest fucking asshole, the biggest playboy, eventually you want that because you want to share, you want to grow. God created this world where a guy and a girl get together, create a family, and they grow up. It's such a beautiful kind of cycle of life that God created for us. So eventually I want to do that. I don't think I was ready. I think I'm getting more ready as I see my brothers navigate that part of their lives and my family and other people in my life that are successful and happy and have their significant others. So while I love to live a great kind of bachelor lifestyle and not have to answer to someone else, eventually you get to a point where you want to, you're kind of done with the ragged, rich, lifestyle where you're just partying and drinking and not worrying about what other people think or need. Relationships are good for a lot of reasons, and it allows you to ground you and it gives you a structure. So eventually, and wherever you are, madame, when I do meet you, when we do get together, I will treat you like a queen for sure, and you'll be a very lucky woman. But eventually, we'll find her. We'll settle down. We'll raise a beautiful family, and when the time is right, I leave it all up to God.
What do you think of religion?
Oh, religion's good and religion's bad. Religion's good and religion's bad. It depends how you activate it, how you act on it, how you use it. I'm born and raised Catholic, a Maronite Catholic from Lebanon, but I have a lot of Muslim friends. Some of my best friends are Muslim. I have Jewish friends. I have friends from all walks of life, and I love everybody. Anyone that has a good head on their shoulders and uses religion in the right way. I have atheists. My best friends are atheists. It does not matter to me. It's more, religion for me is not about who's the son of God and what star you believe in or whatever. It's more about, it defines you as a person, right? If you don't have kind of a guiding light, you might do things and not care about the consequences. Because, in our religion, it says, do not steal, do not sleep with your neighbor's wife, do not do X amount of things or whatever. And maybe it's a bit dated in terms of where we are in 2023. But religion is good if used in the right way because it gives you faith. When you're struggling, when your family members are sick, or when you're having a bad day at work, a lot of people say, thank God, please God, this and that. But do we really know what it means? Now, religion is deep. It's a grand thing, and there's a lot of arguments that are created from it, and there's a lot of wars that are created from it. And in my own home country, the Constitution has 5 religions in it. And you look at my country, Lebanon, it's an absolute mess. So it's just about how you apply religion. I believe it's religion at its core is about doing good and being good, and follow whatever you follow. Jesus, Muhammad, the Torah, whatever you follow it. Be a good person. The world will be a better place because of it.
What's next immediately for you?
Oh, I'm going to be late for my flight. And the poll numbers from my Instagram story earlier today say that I'm not going to make my flight. But right now, if I was to leave, I would make my flight. So I have a flight to Lebanon to see my family, to enjoy a couple days in the motherland. Then I fly to Italy immediately to see my brother Adonis get married to the woman of his dreams. And then after that, get back. My sports business takes over with football season coming. And the immediate future, just, continue to work, continue to live good, maybe settle down a bit, find the right woman, start to kind of navigate to the second phase of my life. Everything's going well in my life. Can't complain. Continue the pod. Season 2, when I get back, we'll fire it up. Season 1 had some very good guests. A lot of people close to me kind of helped define the pod and how I want to do it, how I want to operate it. But Season 2 is going to have some big boys. Some call them big celebrities, big personalities, a lot more following, a lot more viral. We are going to go viral in Season 2, I guarantee it. So life is good, it's grand, and thank God, as long as I have my health, I can do anything in my life. So immediately, we're going to continue pushing forward in the same respect, because I think what we're doing is the right thing. I think we're doing good. And I think we're on a good path.
You have your businesses, your podcast, your family, all over, your friends all over. Does him ever take time to himself?
Yeah, I do. Usually it's like Monday morning after a bender, and I just kind of either go to the Virgin Mary up the street, take a run, go to the nature, go to the forest, and just clear my head of all my thoughts and take some time to think about what I did, what I'm doing, what I'm going to do. I do take time for myself. I take some downtime. I don't have a lot of downtime to take, to be honest with you. Was in Florida yesterday, came here, back now, going to Istanbul, going to Beirut, going to Italy, coming back, going to New York. There's all these trips and life is fast. But while I'm young, while I can do it, while I can afford to do it health-wise and financially, I'm going to do it. So I take some downtime where I can fit it in. But life is fast and life is grand, and there's not a lot of time. And I like it that way. I don't like a slow, mundane life. I like it to be, let's go, 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 go. So I do take the time whenever I have it, 100%.
What else do you want to accomplish in life?
The big life moments, like the big, first son, wedding day, first million, thank God, already made it. But, first billion maybe, who knows? If this pod goes big and business continues to go well, why not? Why not think that on that path, on that trajectory? Just to continue to build on. I think when you have, when I was raised by two great people, more than two, but immediately my mother and my father, they literally defined me. They cut me from a cloth, and they made me who I am today. So I have, I think, intangibles that cannot be beat in terms of the kind of person I am, the morals I live with, the way I want to live my life, and the people that I keep around me. And, nobody's perfect. I certainly am not, and the people around me are not, but I really am happy with the way life is right now. It's not perfect by any means, but to see the family, the friends I have around me, and the health that I've been given from God, and the success that I've worked for but also been granted to have, it's a beautiful thing. So I just want to continue to build on that kind of formula and that foundation. And if I do the next 30, 40, 50 years the way I've done the first 30, I think I'm going to be okay.
If I gave you one more day to live, how would you spend it?
One more day to live, I'd grab a bottle of some very good whiskey or tequila, grab the people that matter the most to me. I don't know if I could bring people back from the dead, my grandfather, my other grandmother, all these other people, but I'd just get them all in a room, and I'd get some whiskey, I'd put some great music on, English, Arabic, whatever, and I would just talk, and I would talk, and I would talk, and I would talk, and I would laugh, and I would sing, and I would dance, and I would do all those things from morning until night. If I knew I had one day left to live, that's how I would spend it. Just the people that I love, the drink that I love, the music that I love, and just kind of summarize everything we've done in life with those people. That's what I would do if I had another day to live.
Give us your closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. This pod was, I always had this vision that I'm going to do 20 episodes in season 1. And I didn't really have a path. Fucking episode 1, I didn't have a producer. And producer Terry came into my life and kind of saved the pod and made the pod into somewhat commercial success that it is today. So Terry, shout out Terry, Maddie, Neems, everyone else, Cam, Kevin, all you guys that have been on all these episodes and always been available to create these episodes in different different locations and pools and nightclubs and it's just been an amazing 20 episodes in season 1. And I always had this vision that I'm going to do 19 episodes with guests, and then episode 20 was going to be me. Kind of a self episode, just to give people a chance to see me, the deeper me. First time I cried on the podcast was today, so enjoy that, soak that up. Got emotional, got deep into who I am as a person, what I want, my desires in life. So I had this vision for the podcast, and it's been unbelievable execution. Not perfect by any means. Some editing issues, some this, some that, some differences with my producers, with Terry, with all these guys. I want this, I want this, I want this. But we've created a formula, I think, and a foundation to build something so special. And it's amazing. You know, a guy literally last night said to me, he said, "I love your fucking podcast." This is in Mademoiselle. In the middle of we're all drunk, and I look forward to it every week. Keep doing what you're doing. For me, it's the best growing podcast in the world. And I just think when you hear one person say that, like imagine you had one view on a video. It sounds like shit, right? Now imagine you have 500 and 1,000. And for people to sit there and beyond 10,000 million, and hopefully we get to those numbers eventually, but to have one guy come up to you and say that, how much that feels for one guy to come up and say that to you. And you think about 500 people watching an episode, 1,000 people watching an episode. Maybe they don't all love it the way that guy loved it, but that means you're building something. For someone to sit down and watch you, whether it's you on your own or you with a guest, for an hour, or 20 minutes, or 30 minutes, that's them taking time out of their day to see what this guy's doing. And we put a lot of time and effort into this thing. So I want to continue to grow this because I think it's something so special, and it's a platform to get to know people and to meet different people. Like, sat down with like famous singers and famous people in the city that I never thought I would get a chance to sit down and have a conversation with. And the podcast, the Zbodcast, has given me the platform and the ability to do that. So, you know, I want to continue to grow this. This is like a passion project of mine. Again, money coming out of my pocket. I don't have sponsorships yet. I don't have big deals yet. I don't have the ratings and views to get ads yet. But nothing ever happens overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. So we're going to continue at this and continue to get bigger and better guests and create more crazy locations. And the podcast is something different. I always wanted it to be. But I'm so happy I ended it with this him episode, because you saw things out of me that I don't think you've ever seen, at least on the podcast anyway, or maybe even, you know, with me as a person. Closing thoughts, you know, life's busy, life's grand. 2 new nephews, family's growing. Friends are getting married. Friends are still fucking around in the city. Meeting more people, meeting new people, making new memories. Thank God. It's been a great life. 30 years of blessings. Definitely trials and tribulations like everyone else, but I'm really blessed. And as I hopefully make this flight tonight and head to the motherland, I want to thank all of you that are watching now, that sat through every episode, that watched every reel, that shared it, that laughed, that commented. Without being too cliche, it's you guys that literally keep us going, and you know, somewhere in that Instagram algorithm or that YouTube algorithm, those shares, those likes, those comments, they help us. And they help us to keep this thing going and to keep doing it. And you guys take the time to really care for Christo and care for his guest and his vision. And we've done a lot of crazy shit, but you know, I know a lot of you can't watch every episode. Some of you do, and I love you guys. Love you guys the most. You're the most loyal, but it's amazing, and I want to thank you guys for all the support and for playing the game that I play, because it's crazy, it's wild, and you know, I should have been canceled 100 times already. At this point, I don't know if I'm gonna be or not gonna be. I don't think I can be canceled because I don't really give a fuck anyway. But yeah, so thank you guys. Thank you, the viewers, the watchers, the fans, the followers. Thank you to all my guests, the first 20 episodes, the first 19 guests, probably more than that, multiple people on some episodes. Thank you guys for taking the time to come out of your life and sit with me and answer my tough questions. And we might have edited a bit too much on certain episodes, but I always have that footage, so don't fuck with me. I can always get you if I really want to get you. But yeah, thank you guys, man. All my guests, all my hosts, producers, everyone, followers, watchers, listeners, you guys have really given me a new life when it comes to this pod. So yeah, God give me the strength to keep going, the health, wish me luck on my travels. And yeah, 2023, it's been a great year. It's continued to be a good year. And what could I say? Cheers. A lot of tequila's been drunk. A lot of shisha's been smoked. But it's been a good run. It's been a good year. And hopefully only great things to come. I love you guys. Zbodcast Season 1, Episode 20. The finale is now complete. I love you guys. Ciao, ciao. We'll see you in Lebanon. We'll see you in Italy. Yalla, bye. Ciao, ciao.
الحقها عيون الشباب